Shalom, dear brothers of Great Millstone, New York City camp. I'm going to start by giving all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushua, Ba'ashem, Rakakwadash. Double honors to our apostles and bishops of Great Millstone. Peace and salutations to the hopeful elect of the nation of Israel, which consists of the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, and the Israelite foreigners, which we refer the Israelite foreigners, which are scattered all around these other countries all around the world. Okay, going to build in the spirit. All right, well, wanting to sit down is edifying. All right, and mainly going into prophecy. So what we got?
It's Romans chapter 9, verse 4. It says, let me start at verse 3. For I could wish that myself were accursed from Yahushua. Romans chapter 9, verse 1. I say the truth in Yahushua, I lie not. My conscience also bear me witness in the Holy Spirit that I have great heaviness and continual sorrow in my heart.
Yep. Good. Keep going.
For I could wish that myself were accursed from Yahushua for my brethren.
Right, because Yahushua, he gave his life for the children of Israel. All right? The children of Israel, like I said, is the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. All right? Yahushua, he committed the greatest act, on planet Earth, which is what? Sacrificing himself for the children of Israel, man. That was a heavy act that he did, man. All right? Because, he is the son of the Most High, all right? And he took on all the sins of the children of Israel, man, so that we could be brought back to the Father, redeemed, man. Redeemed from the state that we was in, man. All right? Because the children of Israel, all right, the Most High, basically, he stopped dealing with the children of Israel. All right? When they broke in the first covenant he had established with them, man. All right? We were cursed by the Most High in return, man, being in captivity via all these different heathen nations, man, in different time periods, man.
I got something real quick for you.
Yeah.
This is Hebrews 9, and I'll start at 9. For when Moses had spoken every precept to all the people according to the law, he took the blood of calves and of goats, and with water, and with scarlet wool, and hyssop, and sprinkled both the book of all the people.
Right. And he did this to the Israelites, man. He didn't do this with any other nation, man. All right, the Most High established the covenant with the children of Israel, man, through Moses by the way of sacrifice, man. All right.
Saying, this is the blood of the testament which the Most High have enjoined unto you.
Right. Right, because that was dealing with the law of sacrifice, all right, blood of, clean beast as a sin offering, all right, because we still in the flesh, therefore we still sin, which is what? Transgress the law, statutes, and commandments, okay, and, that was the way of basically atoning for those sins, man, by the way of a sin offering, man, okay. That was part of the old covenant.
Moreover, he sprinkled with blood both the tabernacle and all vessels of the ministry.
Right.
And almost all things are by the law purged with blood.
Right. Dealing with the history, dealing with the you can read about that in the first books of Moses, which is what Exodus, Deuteronomy. Yeah, Numbers, first 5 books, like what it said, Genesis, so forth and so on. Okay.
And it says, almost all things are by the law purged with blood. And without shedding of blood is no remission.
And without shedding of blood, there is no remission. Meaning what? Being redeemed, no redemption.
Right.
No, in layman's terms, no forgiveness.
Cancel, like remission means to cancel. Like going to your point about Yahushua, he it's through Yahushua's blood, we received,
Mercy.
mercy. So that's why I brought this precept. And without shedding of blood, there's no remission. So Yahushua going on the cross, shedding his blood, that's how we receive remission or cancellation from our sin, from the Most High. Verse 23.
Right.
It was therefore necessary that the patterns of things in the heaven should be purified with these. But the heavenly things themselves were better sacrifices than these. For Yahushua is not entered into the holy places made with hands, which are the figure of the true, but into heaven itself, now to appear in the presence of the Most High for us.
Right, because the Most High don't dwell in temples made with hands. All right, meaning what? All right, a physical temple. All right, it's beyond the spirit of the Lord is beyond a physical temple, man. Okay, and we know that being in the flesh, there's going to be errors within that. Meaning what? We're not perfect. We're gonna go off, man. All right, so that's why with the second covenant, the Most High is gonna do what? He's gonna establish His law, statutes, commandments within our inward parts. All right, because why? Jake, the so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, at that time they had made light of the first covenant. They started, they would do sin and have a dove waiting to basically atone for that sin that they were about to willfully commit. So they started taking advantage of the first covenant.
That's right. That's it. That was the point.
Anybody else?
Yeah, then you have more.
Okay.
Then you have more there, right?
Yeah. Romans chapter 9, verse 3. For I could wish that myself were accursed from Yahushua for my brethren, my kinsmen according to the flesh.
Right, because Yahushua, his role in the Most High's movie is significant. All right, the most significant role. All right, he's the Alpha and the Omega, man. Right?
Who are Israelites, to whom pertaineth the adoption and the glory and the covenants.
Right, because the Israelites, that's who the Most High is dealing with. He's not dealing with, he even said it in, I think, Psalms, I forgot what Psalms it was. I think it's 147:19. He said he's only dealing with Israel, man. All right, and that's who pertain the adoption. The adoption is what? Via the new covenant, which going back to, beginning with Yahushua, his sacrifice, going on the cross, shedding his blood, dying, being that sacrificial lamb. Okay, go ahead.
And the giving of the law.
Right, because the Most High only gave the law to Israel, not other nations. That's why he's only establishing his new covenant with the nation of Israel. Okay, and that's why salvation is only for the children of Israel.
And the service of the Most High.
Right, which is the priesthood. All right, because you got under the order of Melchizedek, Yahushua, which he was Melchizedek, you could receive it. All right, he said what? The children of Israel, when he spoke to Abraham, he said that his seed is going to be a nation of kings and priests. All right, and that's a future prophecy that has yet to be fulfilled.
Like in other words, Yahushua then, because scripture reference Yahushua being the high priest, and the high priest had to be the direct descendants out of Aaron. That's why we read, it says, was that Hebrews 7:14?
Mm-hmm.
It's evident that Yahushua came out of Judah and was tried speaking out on priesthood. Now Yahushua is the high priest under the order of Melchizedek, because Melchizedek, he was the high priest, but that priesthood came before the Levitical priesthood, and Yahushua, he was not under the lineage of Aaron.
And the promises.
Yep, the promise made to Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. All right, the Most High is a man in his word, because he swore an oath unto Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, man, to establish their seed, man, in the kingdom of heaven. All right.
Whose are the fathers, and of whom as concerning the flesh Yahushua came, who is overall.
Right, because Yahushua came for the children of Israel, all right, and he's over all, all right? He's the top guy, man, under the Most High, all right? And so,
The Most High blessed forever, amen.
right.
I can read this real quick since you quoted it. Psalms 147:9. He showed his word unto Jacob, his statutes and his judgment unto Israel. He had not dealt so with any nation, and as for his judgments, they had not known them. Praise ye the Lord.
Right, so the Lord ain't dealing with these other nations, man, all right? You give examples, so-called China, man, which is the Moabites, all right? Most times dealing with no so-called Chinese. He's dealing with the so-called white man, which is biblically Esau, Edom, all right? He's not dealing with the Arabs, all right? None of these heathen nations, man,
That's right.
okay? You was gonna say something?
Yeah, and now that's why he says, praise ye the Lord, because now the judgments is comprised of also blessings. We read in Deuteronomy 28. So, right now we're going through the curses, but we're going to see the blessing part of the judgment. So now if the nation was part of the judgment, that would mean they'll also receive the blessings. But none of the blessings or that the Most High made with Israel is going to fall upon other nations. That's why, who is it? David said, praise the Lord. They have no parts of this covenant. This covenant was only made with Israel and Israel alone. And the new covenant is really the old covenant revised, under better promises. Because we couldn't receive the promise because of the flesh. So whereas in the new covenant, the Lord is going to be injected with us. So it's going to be impossible for us to sin because the breaking of the law is what separated us from the Most High. So the keeping of the law is what's going to keep us close with Yahweh and Yahushua.
Right. And it was all according to the will. It was all according to the will of Yahweh, which is the Most High, because like you said, we in the flesh, so it would seem like it was inevitable for us to commit sin. So that means that it was, the Most High's will for us to be subject to vanity.
That's right.
This is Acts chapter 3, verse 25. It says, "Ye are the children of the prophets and of the covenant which the Most High made with our fathers, saying unto Abraham, and in thy seed shall all the kindreds of the earth be blessed." All right, and that word kindred, all right, looked it up in the blue letter. It means lineage, a nation, a tribe, the Israelites. All right, so as the brothers were saying, man. All right, the Lord is only dealing, all right, with 12 tribes of Israel, man. That's who He made the covenants with, man. That's who He made the promises with, man. And as the brothers were saying, all right, the old covenant, okay, we went off, but this new covenant, we're gonna have that in our inward parts.
Everybody went off, the king, the
Right.
priest, all right, everybody, man, the warriors, all right, everybody done, like the scripture says, there's no righteous man that have not sinned.
Right.
Every office of Israel, they all went off, so, the only one that didn't go off was who? Yahushua, man.
Right.
That's why he was, like the scripture saying, Revelation, I think the 5th chapter, matter of fact, I'll read that.
Revelation 5:1.
Yeah, I'll get it.
Okay.
This is Revelation 5. It says, you guys can break it down. It says, Revelation 5, right? It says, should I start at 1? Or you get to the point?
Go ahead. What's the point of that?
Where it said, the one worthy to open the seal, to loose the seal.
Okay, yeah.
Revelation 5:3. It says, I started to. It says, and I saw a strong angel proclaiming with a loud voice, who is worthy to open the book and to loose the seals thereof? And no man in heaven nor in earth, neither under the earth, was able to open the book, neither to look thereon. And I wept much because no man was found worthy to open the book and to read the book, neither look thereon.
Now, to read the book is not talking about, a person sitting in the class and, there's a reading going around the classroom. One person read 5 verses, 5 lines, the next person read 5 lines, and the next person come. Everybody know he can't read. We're gonna be all day. Now the reading is talking about understanding. It's not talking because anybody open up the book and read. Now, as far as understanding, it wasn't given to all men. It was only open up to the elect. But Yahweh Shai, he had loosened up the seals for the understanding to be released.
Right.
Go ahead.
It says, and one of the elders said unto me, weep not, behold, the Lion of the tribe of Judah.
Now the elders in this case represent towards the angels. Go ahead.
Weep not, behold, the Lion of the tribe of Judah, the root of David,
Get Isaiah 9 and 5.
have prevailed to open the
So it says, read that part again, because that's the important part.
And one of the elders said unto me,
Mm-hmm.
weep not, behold, the Lion of the tribe of Judah.
So it represents told Yahweh Shai, of course. So it says the Lion of the tribe of Judah. Go ahead.
The root of David.
Of the root of David. So that means what?
Is it-
Yahweh Shai had been the direct lineage of David.
Mhm.
So Yahweh Shai being the direct lineage of David, that shows that he fulfilled prophecy, because there's no way if Yahweh Shai was born through some type of
Immaculate conception.
immaculate conception, a magical birth, that would mean he didn't come out the lineage of David,
Right.
and that will upset the prophecy. That means he would not be the Messiah. That means he haven't fulfilled, because now we go to the matter of fact, before I say that, finish that, and you get Isaiah 9.
The root of David had prevailed to open the book and to loose the 7 seals thereof.
The seals of the understanding, but
Uh,
and 7 means completion.
that's
So everything was given to Yahweh Shai in completion. So Yahweh Shai was given the understanding in whole, whereas it's being revealed to us in parts, because it's coming from Yahweh Shai, the understanding. Right?
That was it.
So Yahweh Shai was the only man found worthy to open up these seals, and going back to the point, Yahweh Shai, the Messiah, which was prophesied to come, he had to check off a lot of prophecy for him to be the Messiah. Now, one of the prophecy, let's go to Isaiah 9. We can start at 5.
Isaiah chapter 9, verse 5. For every battle of the warrior is with confused noise.
Let's speak up a little bit, and let's read again from the top. So everybody was a warrior.
For every battle of the warrior is with confused noise.
Now, what's a battle? A battle is a war. So now who's speaking? It's the prophet Isaiah. So he's saying, now every battle of the warrior, or every war that a warrior fights, is with confused noise. Go ahead.
And garments rolled in blood.
Garments rolled in blood. Go ahead.
But this
Stop. Now Isaiah is saying but this, because now he's making a distinguish with war from his time and the war that is to come. Because Isaiah, he's seeing the war to come in a vision, and that war he's seeing in the vision was World War III, global nuclear war. So he said, but this that's him making a distinguish of the war from his present day and what's getting ready to come. So read that again. But this
shall be with burning and fuel of fire.
That's going into a nuclear war, which is going to be a global nuclear war. But America is going to receive the bulk of the impact of this war. But go ahead.
For unto us a child is born.
But unto us a child is born. Go ahead.
Unto us a son is given.
But unto us a son is given. That son is represented to Yahweh Shai. Go ahead.
And the government shall be upon.
Real quick, you can find what that scripture say. Has birds flying. So you can look. Yeah. Go ahead.
And the government shall be upon his shoulder.
Now the government is the kingdom being governed under the laws of the Most High, and the Israel being joint, well, the elect being joint heir with Yahweh Shai. Go ahead.
And his name shall be called Wonderful. And his name shall be called Wonderful, Counselor.
Now a counselor is a person that mediates. And that was Yahweh Shai. He mediated with Israel and the Most High, bringing back what? Peace. To what? His blood. Go ahead.
The mighty power, the everlasting Father.
Because Yahweh Shai created everything under the orders of the Most High Yahweh. So that makes him be also known as the Father. That's why the Most High put everything underneath Yahweh Shai, because all things was created by Yahweh Shai. When you go back to the book of Genesis, you know, the Most High gave Yahweh Shai the blueprint. Along with him was the angels to create everything. Go ahead.
The everlasting Father, the Prince of Peace.
The Prince of Peace. Because Yahweh Shai brought peace with Israel and the Most High. He's going to come bring peace to Israel, given the elect on earth. Go ahead.
Of the increase of his government and peace there shall be no end. Upon the throne of David.
There we go. So upon the throne of David, what does that mean, upon the throne of David? That means the Messiah, who this whole verse is talking about, will have to come out the lineage of David. Because no one else can sit on that throne unless they was of the lineage of David. Now, and then it goes even further, because David had multiple sons, but not all of David's sons was of the royal line. But David has Absalom, and Adonijah. And let's say a person came as the Messiah, but it came under the lineage of Absalom or Adonijah. That wouldn't be the Messiah. Even though it's of the lineage of David, the Messiah had to come out the royal lineage of David, which was Solomon. You know? So that's the only one that can sit on the throne, the royal line. From Solomon lineage on down. From David, Solomon on down. That's why when you read Matthew, the 1st chapter, it gives you the lineage of Yahweh Shai, showing that Yahweh Shai came directly from the lineage of who? Solomon through David through Jesse. That was the royal line. Go ahead.
Upon the throne of David and upon his kingdom to order it and to establish it with judgment and with justice from henceforth.
And that's what Yahweh Shai coming to do, to bring judgment and justice. To establish, because right now the law is, not the law, the world is lawless. And Israel is at the bottom, so the Lord is raising up the elect of Israel and setting up a government. And the elect, the 144,000, is the government body of the government that's being built. Go ahead.
And with
Because
justice.
you got the 144,000 is comprised of the 1/3. Just that the 144,000 is the government body. So the 144,000 is going to be the one on the top seat, leading, sitting on thrones. Okay?
And with justice from henceforth, even forever, the zeal of the Lord of hosts will perform this.
There you go. And it says it's going to be for forever. I mean, ongoing. No end to it. That's the kingdom that we're looking for. Because, look, you know, we need a lot of things sometimes. Sometimes you need money. Sometimes you need food. But above everything we need deliverance. And that's from Yahweh Shai. You know? Because everything else is worthless. We need deliverance from Yahweh Shai. We need mercy from Yahweh Shai. You know? Okay, read that. Sorry.
Right. Isaiah 31, verse 5. As birds flying, so will the Lord of hosts defend Jerusalem.
Now, Jerusalem is a people before it's a place. And this Jerusalem that's gonna be defended is the elect of Israel. And Yahushua comes to defend them, deliver them from the destruction. And it says as birds flying because Yahushua, he's coming with an army of angels. And you see how birds, when they migrate, they fly in a V formation. That's how Yahushua coming in the chariots, where the people identify as UFOs, you know. But Yahushua, he's coming in the generalship. Go ahead.
Right. It says,
So read that part again.
right, Isaiah 31, verse 5. It says, as birds flying, so will the Lord of hosts defend Jerusalem. Defending also, he will deliver it.
There you go. Defending also, he, Yahushua, will deliver it. So he's going to deliver Israel, the elect of Israel. Right?
And passing over, he will preserve it.
That's the elect he's going to preserve. Yeah.
Turn ye unto him from whom the children of Israel have deeply revolted.
Mm-hmm.
For in that day every man shall cast away his idols of silver and his idols of gold, which your own hands have made unto you for a sin. Then shall the Assyrian fall with the sword.
That's all the point I went. So, you got it.
This is Psalms 2 and 8. Straight to the point. It says, ask of me, and I shall give thee the heathen for thine inheritance.
Like, who's the heathen? The other nations. Alright. The other nations are the heathens, you know, because the Most High didn't create all nations to be equal. You know, the Most High is about segregation. Don't believe me? What happened in the Tower of Babel? The Most High divided the nations, and he divided their tongue. And if the Most High wanted all nations to be integrated, he would have did it. He would have made one race of people. But he created different nations of people. And out of all the nations he created, he chose Israel to be number one, a people named unto him. And the world, the scripture said the world was created for Israel. So the nations was there to serve him. And right now we at the bottom, but when Yahweh shall come, he's gonna bring all nations under subjection. You know? And that's what we asking for. We patiently and praying for this to come. Go ahead.
You know, that goes to show you that the kingdom of heaven is mainly for the nation of Israel.
Mhm.
All these different heathens and different nations, they ain't gonna be thriving in Israel how we are. They're gonna be in state of subjection.
Quick research this actually real quick.
Okay.
This is Luke chapter 12, verse 51. It says, suppose ye that I come to give peace on earth. I tell you nay, but rather division. Yeah, that's what it is, man. The Lord is, you know, the Lord, you know, there's a table of nations, man, with Israel being on the top, man. All right, this thing of integrated and everybody could get along, and no, that's not how the Lord designed everything, man. Everybody is, you know, all the nations are separated, man. All right, when the Lord comes back on top, when the Lord comes back, all right, he's going to bring everything in order, everybody in order, all right, with Israel being on top, man.
That's right.
All right, that's it.
So it says, Psalms 2 and 8, ask of me, and I shall give thee the heathen for thine inheritance, and the uttermost parts of the earth for thy possession. And it's Psalms 2 and 9 says, thou shalt break them with a rod of iron, thou shalt dash them in pieces like a potter's vessel.
That's the other nations.
Yep.
You know, it don't mention anything about us, you know, accepting them in as, you know, as family members. We're gonna beat them to subjection. You know, they're gonna learn, they're gonna be taught manners. And the Lord's gonna set us, they're gonna establish us as being the royal people, and as all noble people must have subjections, and that's gonna be the other nations.
Because it said, there's one scripture they say, he shall rule with the iron.
The rod of iron.
With the rod of iron, right. So that's an austere mindset, man. And we're gonna be very severe to these other nations, severe in righteousness, man.
Amos 9 verse 8, it says, behold, the eyes of the Lord power is upon the sinful kingdom.
That's America. The sinful kingdom is America. Now, that's why the Most High is going to destroy this place. Because before there could be construction of the kingdom, it has to be destruction. You know, it has to be demolition. So the Most High is going to do a demolition job on the world before he construct the kingdom for us. And America is that sinful kingdom. Yeah.
And I will destroy it from the face of the earth. 7.
Yeah, so the Most High gonna destroy this place. That's why America is going the route is going, and people are looking for the golden days of America. The golden days of America is done. America has been falling since. What year was that? What year they went to the moon? Allegedly. No, I want. That's quite good. 'Cause I wanted to say the '60s, but I wanted to be sure because America's been falling since the '60s. Because what during the '60s, what do you had at? You had the pretty much the end of the civil rights movement, and the black woman joined women's lib, the women's lib movement extending, and the breaking up homes. America going to Vietnam. Americans going to Vietnam, coming back, as junkies, addicted to fucking heroin and all types of drugs. And then it just been getting worse since then. So the American dream is finished. The only thing is left is to demolition this place. That's it.
It says, 7, I will not destroy the house of Jacob, say the Lord.
The elderly.
It says, I will utterly destroy the house of Jacob.
Right, because the Lord said he's not going to utterly destroy the house of Jacob, because he will destroy the house of Jacob. But he said not utterly, meaning not all. Because it's going to be of the house of Jacob, the Lord's going to preserve. That is the elect. So the elect is going to be preserved, and the 2/3 will be destroyed. That's the Lord practicing ethnic cleansing. Yeah.
Say the Lord.
Say the Most High. Okay, that's it.
Yes.
Go ahead.
It's Malachi chapter 1 verse 4. It says, whereas Edom say, we are impoverished, but we will return and build the desolate places, thus say the Lord of hosts. Yeah, that's right, man. And they have this saying, they say make America great again. All right, as the brother was referring to, even back in the day, that was like the 60s or whatever. That was really the peak of America. All right, and people looking forward, all right, to try to get so-called America back on track. But guess what, man? That's not going to happen, man. We in the last days of this wicked ass kingdom, man. All right, the sinful kingdom, all right, which was referenced earlier. It says, they shall build, but I will throw down, and they shall call them the border of wickedness. Right, that's right, man. So who's the border of wickedness, man? Esau, Edom, man, the so-called white man, and they on their last stand of their rulership here in America, man.
Yeah.
Right?
It's, that border of wickedness is going to be here in America. That's where that border, because when America be destroyed, we're not going to come back here. No man gonna step foot here ever again. Right. And that's gonna be the border, because it's gonna be left as a monument.
I got a scripture. 2 Kings 13, start at 1. And it came to pass after 7 days, I dreamed a dream by night, and lo, there arose a wind from the sea, that it moved all the waves thereof. That's Yahweh Shai cracking the clouds. All right. We deal with the sea. It's not talking about the sea and the ocean. It's talking about the waters in the air, the outer space, dealing with the elements. All right. It says, And I beheld, and lo, that man waxed strong with the thousands of heaven. Because we already brought out that Yahweh Shai, as I read Isaiah 31st chapter, the 5th verse, where it said, as birds flying, the Lord will defend Jerusalem, roughly paraphrasing. All right? Because that's going into what? Yahweh Shai, his return, and what he's going to do when he returns, which is deliver the elect and destroy the wicked. All right? And he's coming with the angels, man. You know, he's going. That's why I said that man waxed strong with the thousands of heaven. Right? It's talking about the angels. It says, and when he turned his countenance to look, all the things trembled that were seen under him. Right? Because the scripture don't go into it, man. These nations, they're gonna fight against the Lord, but they're gonna still be afraid. All right? Because the Most High is gonna have to put the spirit on them to fight him.
And even now, you know, these nations don't really talk about it, but they're secretly creating weapons to fight against Yahweh Shai. They got the Space Force now, right?
Yep.
You know, one famous weapon they do have is called the railgun, which doesn't shoot missiles or bullets, it shoots energy. Okay, so all these things are designed ready to fight against Yahweh Shai. But as you come to find out, going to prophecies, it's going to be impossible.
Right. They doing councils. They having councils on the what they call the UFOs, man, which are to us is the chariots of the Lord. Man. Right. That's what they are. That's the Heavenly Father's creation, the so-called UFOs.
Mm-hmm.
And it says, and whensoever the voice went out of his mouth, they all they burned that heard his voice, like as the earth faileth when it feels fire. I mean, what, the concentrated fire from the chariots, which are the laser beams. All right, that's how the Lord, the scripture saying in Isaiah the 66th chapter, the Lord is coming with fire. It says, and after this I beheld, and lo, there was gathered together a multitude of men out of number from the four winds of heaven to subdue the man that came out of the sea. Yeah, that's these the armies of these other nations. All right, they're gonna stop fighting each other, and when they see Yahweh Shai, because they're all gonna be primarily in the Middle East fighting the third World War over there in the Valley of Jehoshaphat. All right, and they're gonna stop fighting each other, and they're gonna assemble together, join together, make a truce for that particular moment to fight against the new threat, which is what? The Lord coming out, cracking them heavens, cracking the clouds, man, returning, all right, and paying them a visit, all right. But you know, the Most High said He's going to choose their delusions, right? Because they're delusional to even do such a thing, to try to fight against the Lord, all right. And it says what? It says, but I beheld, and lo, he had graved himself a great mountain and flew upon it. It was a gigantic chariot. It says, and I would have seen the regional place whereout the hill was graven, but I could not.
Right. So Ezra was pretty much saying, he seen that great mountain was a chariot, and so Ezra was like, he was looking to see where this mountain came from, but he can't find it. You know, he couldn't find where this mountain appeared from, because it wasn't a mountain; it was actually a chariot. It was a big chariot. But that's when Yahweh Shai is coming back, and the chariots with the world labeled as UFOs.
Yeah. A good movie to check out is War of the Worlds, the 1950s one. Okay, when you had the chariots, and the chariots was literally turning people to ashes, to powder.
This is what I quoted. This is Isaiah chapter 66. I'm gonna start at 14 actually. It says, "And when ye see this, your heart shall rejoice, and your bones shall flourish like an herb, and the hand of the Lord shall be known towards his servants, and his indignation towards his enemies." And that's right, man. So when the Lord returns, right, in that fathership, guess what? The elect is gonna rejoice, but the vast majority of of 2/3 of our people and the rest of these other nations, all right, they're gonna mourn when the Lord comes back, man. They're gonna understand it's not all the Lord is not here for fun and games, man. You know, the brother said, yo, all these nations, all right, are gonna have a truce for a moment and they're preparing to, fight against the Lord, man. All right, and the Lord gonna make light work of them, all right? It says what? For behold, the Lord will come with fire and with his chariots like a whirlwind, right? That's a so-called UFOs or UAPs. That's what they call it. They call it now, all right? To render his anger and with fury and his rebuke with flames of fire. That's right, man. So the Lord is angry with this place, man. All right, the Lord is really angry with what's going on upon this earth, man. It started off here in America, man. This sinful ass kingdom, man. All right, you got a society of fucking weirdos and freaks. All right, they're pushing the alphabet agenda. You can't tell a man from a woman, in the streets. And not only that, man, the apple of the Lord's eye. All right, we in here, in captivity, man. All right. It says what? For by fire and by a sword will the Lord plead with all flesh. The slain of the Lord shall be many. So that's how the Lord is coming back, man. According to what Exodus 15:3, it says what, man? The Lord is a man of war. All right? And this is why it's deadly serious, if you're an Israelite. All right, you do what you have to do to please the Lord, man. All right, because he's not coming back, for fun and games, man. There's going to be a lot of dead people right here upon the earth when the Lord makes his return.
I look at the word plead. Now, it says from Oxford dictionary, it says plead. Plead, an emotional appeal. That's one. Second definition, present an argument for in court or in another public contents. So, the way Yahushua is going to plead with the people is he's just going to destroy them. He said, how read it again?
It says, it says, for by fire, Isaiah 66:16, it says, for by fire and by his sword will the Lord plead with all flesh.
So the Lord's not coming to talk.
Right.
He's going to talk to you in violence. That's the only way people understand. So the way the Lord's going to plead is through violence. So because a lot of people got this mind state of, well, if what I'm doing is wrong, let the Lord come and tell me. Well, the Lord is going to tell you. He's going to come and he's going to tell you by destruction. That's it. Because he's telling you through the prophets, his teachers, but then now he's going to tell you through judgment, through death and destruction. And you got a term called normalcy bias. And what normalcy bias is when something had pretty much never happened before, people tend to think it would never happen or occur. So that's why people are so comfortable. Like the time of Noah, before the flood, the people had the mindset of normalcy bias. Because when Noah was talking about is water from the skies, water was going to come down from the heavens, they laughed at him. It wasn't taken serious until it started raining. And that's why in Matthew 24 it says the same thing. It should be as the day of Noah. Because people are living in normalcy bias. And they think nothing's going to happen because they live in a time of peace. But things going to change overnight for these people.
That's not for you. This is Ezekiel chapter.
Before you read that, that's it on that?
Yeah, that's it.
Read this quick one. This is one verse. Psalm 7 and 11.
Psalm chapter 7, verse 11. The Most High judges the righteous.
See, judgment is not always a bad thing. Because a judgment is going to be a good thing. Because we're going to receive a good reward for the Most High. That's the judgment. And the world will receive a reward too. And that's the destruction. That's their judgment. So the Lord judges the righteous. And the judgment is going to be salvation.
And the Most High is angry with the wicked every day.
So the Most High is angry with the wicked every day. So the Most High is upset. You got it.
Ezekiel 12, verse 27. It says, Son of man, behold, they of the house of Israel say, the vision that he seeth is for many days to come.
Oh yeah, it's not gonna happen. You know, if it does happen, it'll be long for my time. You know, it's gonna happen in my great grandkids' time. That's how they think. They think the destruction is far beyond. You know, if they don't know what the prophecies and the events that the Lord prophesied of, what it's comprised of. You know, they just think that some asteroid is gonna come down and there's gonna be a frozen, you know, another ice age and something like that gonna happen. Well, they don't know about prophecy because the prophecies is comprised of war and famine, and these are the things that's coming. This is happening right now. The MOTB, Book of Revelation, the 13th chapter. So these things are is fast approaching. You know, but they think this thing will happen in another couple generations. That just means that person is asleep. Go ahead.
Yeah, I don't know how the times match up.
Mm-hmm.
It says, the vision that he seeth is for many days to come, and he prophesieth of the times that are far off. Therefore say unto them, thus saith the Lord.
That means they think they got plenty of time. That.
Thus saith the Lord, Yahweh, Hashem Yahushua, there shall none of my words be prolonged any more, but the word which I have spoken shall be done, saith the Lord, Yahweh, Hashem Yahushua.
Mm-hmm.
That is it.
Right.
This is 2nd Ezra 16, and I'll start at 7. May one turn again the arrow that is shot of a strong archer. And you know that arrow is not talking about the archer is not talking about an actual person shooting an arrow and bow, okay? But that's talking about those missiles that come out of the silos, because those missiles are compared to in the scriptures as arrows or swords or spears, right? The scriptures say that the glittering sword. It says, the mighty Lord sendeth the plagues, and who is he that can drive them away? Which America is facing, onslaught of different plagues right now. You know, the collapse of the dollar bill, right? World War III, famines, earthquakes, pestilence. Okay, and that ultimate plague is going to be those nuclear missiles, right? But which also the chip is also a plague. It says, a fire shall go forth from his wrath, and who is he that may quench it? Yeah, you can't quench those missiles once they're shot off, nor can you quench those laser beams from those chariots. It says, he shall cast lightnings, and who shall not fear? He shall thunder, and who shall not be afraid? And you see that all the time. You see different lightnings and thunders happening, and some of it is unbelievable. You know, but it goes to show you the power of the Most High, Yahweh Shah, is even greater than your imagination. Mm-hmm. Verse 11, the Lord shall threaten, and who shall not be utterly beaten to powder at his presence. So this is when you're in the Lord's presence, just consider yourself too late, okay? When Yahweh Shai cracks those heavens, right, and he comes with judgment, and he redeems the elect of his people, right? And he pleads the cause of his people, right? And he deals with these different nations. It's going to be total destruction. It said the Lord shall threaten, and who shall not utterly be beaten to powder at his presence. And what's going to do that? What could do that? Those nuclear missiles and the fire from those chariots, like I mentioned earlier, that movie, War of the Worlds. All right, that was telling straight out the scriptures. That was the point.
This is Isaiah chapter 9, verse 19. Through the wrath of the Lord of hosts is the land darkened, and the people shall be as the fuel of the fire. No man shall spare his brother. Right. the wrath of Yahweh Hashem Yahushua of hosts. Okay? Alright, the scriptures tell you the Most High is angry with the wicked, man. Alright? Because why? The scriptures say the wickedness have exceedingly polluted the whole earth. Okay? And their sins have reached the heights of heaven. Alright? You know, sin is at an all-time high right now. Okay? And it said the land will be darkened. What's going to cause the land to be darkened? Which is what? Nuclear destruction. All right, because they're going the nuclear missiles, they're going to blot out the sun. All right, and then you're going to have mushroom clouds. Mushroom clouds, which is the after effect of the nuclear missiles detonating when it reaches its destination. Okay, and it says what? The people shall be as the fuel of the fire. And this reminds me of was it Malachi, or is it Zechariah, where it said the people shall be stubble. Okay.
That's right.
You know, so and it said no man shall spare his brother, because the love of many shall wax cold, and that's the time that we're in now.
Yeah. It's gonna be like post-destruction. It's gonna be a nuclear fallout, and that's when radiation is real high, and people start getting sick from that radiation. You know, that's why what was that? Revelation 6. If I'm not mistaken, it speaks about was it wormwood, like it was contaminated?
Yeah. What's 605? Let's see.
Yeah, if you can find it. But that's all post-destruction, you know? You know, just like we read about the prophecies or the events of destruction is the prophecies of post-destruction. You read Ezekiel 39. Ezekiel 39 is what? Post-destruction. You know, what's gonna happen after the what's gonna happen after the nuclear war? There's gonna be a lot of dead bodies. Because before there's a nuclear war, there's gonna be a ground battle. And there's gonna be a lot of dead bodies. And so after post-destruction, when Israel get delivered, who's gonna pick up these dead bodies? The heathens. That's gonna be their first task. But that's all the prophecy of post-destruction. And even with that, there's going to be a lot of contamination. There's going to be a lot of radiation poisoning going on. Right?
Yeah, it's actually 8.
8, okay.
Revelations 8 and 10. It says, and the third angel sounded, and there fell a great star from heaven.
That great star from heaven is a nuclear missile, you know? Because now, the reason why John the Revelator reference it as a star, because in his day there was no term for a nuclear missile. So he made the best comparison or analogy. He compared this weapon to. It was a star, because in the skies it looked like a shooting star. So in the vision, where it appeared like a shooting star, which was a nuclear missile, he wrote it down. So
Back you up. Putin, right? He got a new missile, and he compared it to what's that shit when the rock comes down?
Asteroid.
He could compare it to an asteroid. So you know, that's a spirit.
Yeah.
You know,
Star.
right? So it says, and the third angel sounded, and there fell a great star from heaven, burning as it were a lamp, and it fell upon the third part of the rivers and upon the fountains of waters.
Mm-hmm.
And the name of the star is called wormwood.
Right, that's contamination. That's a nuclear fallout. Somebody Google a nuclear fallout.
Okay.
That's what happened at the bombing of Hiroshima and Nagasaki, right? But what's coming is going to be far beyond Hiroshima and Nagasaki, because now the atomic bomb that was used, I believe, Little Boy had a destruction capacity somewhere equivalent to like 15 kilotons. 1 kiloton is 1,000 tons of TNT. And Fat Man had somewhere a capacity of 22, if I'm not mistaken, kilotons. So now a nuclear missile could have up to 600 to 1,000, 2,000 kilotons, and multiple warheads. So you can imagine the impact that's gonna come on this earth. That's why Isaiah, he was like, the earth is gonna rock to and fro like a junkie. He saw in the vision the impact of the destruction. You know, he represented as a drunk person that can keep their balance. That's how bad the earth gonna shake from the impact. The whole world gonna feel it. It's gonna be a global nuclear war.
As devastating as those bombs was to Japan, it's small in comparison to what they have now.
That's why Oppenheimer said, he made that quote, he said, I became the destroyer of worlds. But I have
Definitely destroy the world.
right. I have a definition.
You got it?
Yeah. Nuclear fallout, it says, is radioactive dust and ash that falls to the ground after a nuclear explosion. It's created when debris and dust from the explosion mix with radioactive fission products and are carried into the atmosphere. So I'll read it again. It says nuclear fallout is a radioactive dust.
Type in fallout definition.
Just fallout?
That's good too.
Fallout.
You actually have a game called Fallout.
Right.
Series two.
They got a series, yeah. A series based off the game.
Yeah.
But it's supposed to be the game and the series was based on post nuclear destruction.
Fallout, it says radioactive particles that are carried into the atmosphere after a nuclear explosion or accident and gradually fall back as dust or in precipitation.
Right, so radioactive. So that's hot radiation. That's why when we read Revelation 8 chapter, it's we read that one time, it speaks about the rivers and the water became contaminated.
Yeah.
Good.
It says Revelation 8:10, and the third angel sounded, and there fell a great star from heaven, burning as it were a lamp, and it fell upon the third part of the rivers, and upon the fountains of waters.
Right, so that's the water being contaminated or being highly radioactive to the point you can't even drink it no more. And that's how poisonous it is.
I got some of
That
the,
is the go ahead.
it's like, I got some of the effects of the nuclear fallout.
Go ahead.
Real quick. Nuclear fallout can have many effects, including radiation sickness, cancer, contaminated environment, species extinction, nuclear winter, nuclear famine, refugee crisis, ozone layer disruption. You know, so yeah, man, whenever these nukes hit, man, it's gonna be chaos on the earth, man. All right, because everything is gonna be contaminated, the water, the air, all right, the earth, you know, so that's hey man, it's gonna have a devastating effects.
That's right.
Mm-hmm.
So,
And that was it.
and also, I want to bring out real quick in Revelations 8 and 11, when it goes into wormwood, when you go into the Strongs, it's G894, absinthos, and it says a type of bitterness, okay, or calamity, but a type of bitterness, meaning like I was going into, meaning the waters were contaminated, it became bitter waters. So I'm gonna go back. See,
Settlement is C.
I came over.
Second
So I'm ready again.
Yeah.
And the name of the star is called wormwood, and the third part of the waters became wormwood. And many men died of the waters because they were made bitter.
That's right. It became bitter. That's because of it be highly radioactive.
It's 5 and 7, maybe.
When you going through that, that's gonna be a famine of waters, you know? So people, out of desperation, people still gonna drink the water knowing it's contaminated, and they're gonna die either way. So that's gonna be a cause of many deaths also. That's some of the, you know, some of the calamities that's gonna come upon this nation in the near future. You know, World War III, ultimately those nuclear missiles being shot.
Right, we got it. All right, go ahead, you can bring it up now.
Second Ezra chapter 5, verse 7. And the Sodomitish sea shall cast out fish and make a noise in the night, which many have not known, but they shall all hear the voice thereof. There shall be a confusion. There shall be a confusion also in many places, and the fire shall be oft sent out again, and the wild beasts shall change their places, and menstruous women shall bring forth monsters.
So it said the wild beasts should change their places, and menstruous women should bring forth monsters. So the word monsters mean as far as birth defects. You know, when you actually look into the word monster, go to the true meaning of a monster. That's a person with a baby with birth defects, and the birth defects gonna come from that nuclear fallout. So woman, you know, giving birth, like the heathen woman be giving birth, and these babies gonna be born with birth defect due to the highly radioactive particles that's gonna be left behind. Okay?
And salt waters shall be found in the sweet, and all friends shall destroy one another.
That's the point. Like the salt water and the sweet going into it being unable to drink from it. You know, that's how bad things gonna get. And that's post destruction. But the elect's gonna be okay. We're gonna be good. You know, and you know, the earth. But that's the earth. The Lord purifying the earth, and the nations receiving their judgment. So we're gonna be okay. But the nations, they were all fucked up. They might be mutated a little bit, you know, from the nuclear destruction. But they're still gonna have to work. They're still gonna have to work, and they're not gonna have no PPE, you know, wearing radioactive suits. They're just gonna, we're gonna send them. We're gonna send them in there, go bury these bodies, dispose of it, and that's it.
I got some. Revelation, Isaiah 65, verse 13. It says, therefore thus saith the Lord. I start at verse 12. It says, therefore will I number you to the sword, and ye shall all bow down to the slaughter, because when I called, ye did not answer. When I spake, ye did not hear, but did evil before my eyes.
Calling is the Lord calling through his men. Because the Lord is not going to come down and speak to the mass by himself. But himself. He's going to send his servants to speak. You know? Matter of fact, let me get Luke 1:70. The Lord's not going to come down and speak for himself. We are the ambassador of the Lord. So the Lord gave the word, and we just preaching what the Lord told us to speak.
This is Luke chapter 1, verse 70. And it says, as he spake by the mouth of his holy prophets, which have been since the world began.
So that's how the Lord, he calls through his prophets. Now, when you reject the prophets, you reject the Most High. Go ahead.
It says, when I spake, ye did not hear, but did evil before my eyes, and did choose that wherein I delighted not. Therefore, thus saith the Lord, Yahweh, Hashem Yahweh, behold, my servants shall eat, but ye shall be hungry. Behold, my servants shall drink, but ye shall be thirsty. Behold, my servants shall rejoice, but ye shall be ashamed. All my servants shall sing for joy of heart, but you shall cry for sorrow of heart, and shall howl for vexation of spirit. Yeah, so, Lord, the elect is going to be taken care of in that day. Okay? The Lord said in second Esdras, others is going to mourn and weep. But in that day, the elect, they're going to be merry. They're going to have abundance, all right? They're going to be hid from the wrath of the Lord, man. All right? And that's the mindset. That should be your true, that should be your mission. That should be your goal, man, is to receive salvation, to be on the Most High's good side. Okay? And it says that they're gonna sing for joy of heart. All right, the Most High is gonna make sure they have food and water. All right, and they're gonna be rejoicing.
Ezekiel chapter 39, verse 13, and it says, "Yea."
Just go into post instruction.
Yep. It says, "Yea, all the people of." It says, "Yea, all the people of the land shall bury them, and it shall be to them a renown the day that I shall be glorified, saith the Lord. And they shall sever out men of continual employment." As the brother was saying, man, yeah, man, hey, man, you're not gonna have no hazmat suit, you're not gonna have no mask or none of that. Hey, man, guess what, man? The earth needs to be cleansed, and starting off with these elites, man, you're gonna have to bury all these bodies. All right, that's gonna be laid waste on the earth, man. Right? It says, "Passing through the land to bury with the passengers those that remain upon the face of the earth to cleanse it. After the end of 7 months shall they search." Yeah, so that's right, man. All right. So during this, after this movement forward, man, guess what, man? All these bodies will be buried, and guess what, man? That's the beginning of the captivity, of the so-called white man. All right. It's time to get to work, man. All right. Your kingdom is officially over, right? And it's now for your turn to be in subjection, man.
Plenty of overtime.
Right.
Triple overtime.
Triple overtime. Right.
All the way up to the Sabbath, baby. Night and day.
They're gonna understand what it means to go home to visit.
Right.
That's how much working they're gonna do.
And
They don't go home to visit.
no sick days, no benefits,
No POAs.
You
no
sick,
sick leave,
you working more.
no what they call that when you just have a baby, parental, what they call
Fraternity.
it? Yeah, paternity leave, none of that shit, man.
Fraternal leaves.
That's right.
It's gonna be night and day, it's gonna be, like scripture say, that gate shall be open continually, man. It's
The
gonna be-
woman's gonna be working pregnant.
They're gonna be working around the clock, man. They're gonna have to. It's gonna be shifts, man. Everybody gonna get a shift, man.
That's what they said. So Isaiah 26:20. "Come, my people, enter thou into thy chambers,
Goes in right there.
and shut thy doors about thee. Hide thyself, as it were, for a little moment, until the indignation be overpassed." And that indignation is going into those nuclear missiles being shot mainly upon America, right? Parts of Russia, different parts of the world, but America will be totally destroyed. All right. So it says, "Come, my people, into the chambers." The majority of the deliverance is going to take place right here in America. Okay. "Hide thyself, as it were, for a little moment," and that's going into those chariots, even up the elect, right? The 100 for the 4,000, along with the rest of the 1/3, the believers. Okay, men, women, children. Okay, the believers now. The one that really have faith being delivered from the upcoming destruction. But the rest of the world, you're gonna feel that nuclear blast, right? America's not gonna have a fallout because it's just gonna be destroyed. You ain't gonna be huddled up in some half broken down building.
Right.
Maybe in Russia you might have a fallout, but America's gonna be totally destroyed, gonna be wiped out off the face of the earth. So the elect ain't gonna feel that destruction. That's known in the scripture as a second death.
I gotta send it back to. This is Zephaniah chapter 2, verse 3. It says, "Seek ye the Lord, all ye meek of the earth, which have wrought his judgment."
That's the elect. That's the 1/3. That's the righteous, right?
It says, seek righteousness, seek meekness. It may be ye shall be hid in the day of the Lord's anger.
Yeah, be meek, man. Be humble. Be humble in the sight of Yahweh Shem Lord willing, you'll be elect. Okay? We try to be humble in the sight of Yahweh Shem not to be like our 2/3 peers, man.
Right. You can't be acting like niggas, you know what I'm saying, doing what these niggas in the world do, which is what? They do whatever the impulse hits their mind.
Yeah.
You know, you gotta move, like scripture say, follow not your own mind and go according to what these scriptures are saying.
Yeah. If it's a Sabbath and your woman trying to get at you crazy, you can see already she got spirits on her that's tempting you.
Right.
Right? You ain't just gonna, okay, fuck it. I might not get it again for another, you know what I mean?
You trying to throw you to Virginia.
Yeah, you know? You gotta know how to, you gotta have some resistance, man. You gotta have some composure about yourself, man.
And
The Lord ain't dealing with a weakling that can't resist some, some ran down, used up box, man. The Lord ain't dealing with that. So the Lord is dealing with men.
Not worth your life.
Yeah, that ain't worth your life, man.
hey, the scriptures say Satan goeth about in a roaring lion, so you know, them left-handed, them demons is just waiting for you to do some dumb shit. Whether you be intoxicated, you out there in the street, you know, doing stupid shit, or whatever, man. Just, you know, them spirits is waiting, so you gotta keep in mind it's spiritual warfare.
Yeah. That was it.
Yeah, you know, you got cancel culture going around, you know, it's hard being a man. As soon as you do something, you know, they ready to fucking jam you up.
Even now, we're doing lessons, we gotta watch our mouth. We can't say certain things, or they might try to like connect us with, certain individuals, man, that we don't want to be connected with.
Yeah, that's true. You gotta be careful what you say because they look for anything you say to depend against you. But so you brothers, be doing videos saying what you're gonna do to Esau.
Right.
Listen, you better be careful what you're saying. Just teach the scriptures. All that ranting and screaming at the camera. We gotta use, but this is
Wow.
yeah, this is not 2009, 2010.
Right.
You gotta keep in mind, we're close to the end, and they're looking for any opportunity to use against, because that's what the word devil means. Because we used to say the word devil means deceiver,
Right.
but after further investigation, we found out the word devil actually means a slanderer. Thank you. It means slanderer. Because for them to put these accusations against us, it's gonna have to be done through slander. And guess what? They're gonna pull your videos, they're gonna pull out clips and take it out of context, and they're like, oh, is this you or not you saying you hate white people? You're gonna kill white babies. And you gotta use wisdom, And then even then, like earlier YouTube, there was no AI, there was no algorithms,
Right.
You can get away with saying whatever the fuck you want. Now you throw the F-bomb there and certain things, you say anything about the small hats, guess what? That channel gonna get hit with a strike, that channel's going down.
And you know what proves that, when you do your video, like with the title that you put, like say for example, if you're doing a video on Donald Trump, it'll go into the elections. It'll have something under your description with the election. Or if you do a video on the New World Order, it'll put New World Order under your video. So even when you speak it picks up your words, so they can see like the subtitles.
You know what's crazy? Now watch your brother video, right? And put the captions on. And when the brother say Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shah, it actually spells out Yahweh and Yahweh Shah correctly. It spells it out correctly. And that shows you that we're being watched. And the fact they took the time out to actually put the correct spelling in the captions and the AI picks it up,
Right.
that shows you we're being watched.
That's right.
Precept. This is Ephesians chapter 5 verse 15. It says, see then that you walk circumspectly, not as
Now let's
fools.
break down the word circumspect. Circa means around. Let's get the word circle. And you got spec means to look. Meaning you gotta look around you. You know how they say, you know, in the hood, you gotta stay tact. You know, you can't be moving like a fool and not paying attention to potential dangers. You know, potential threats. You gotta be proactive rather than reactive. You know, because being reactive, that's when you find up yourself in some messy shit. You know, whereas being proactive, you know, you're able to maneuver around bullshit. I mean, look, I'm not saying it's gonna happen, like, you'll be able to maneuver around shit all the time, but what we are saying, it does minimize the risk of you getting into some bullshit, you know? Now, sometimes the big bullshit comes to you, even if you try, you know, but the thing is to try to minimize it as much as you can.
That's it.
Yep. So it says, see then that you walk circumspectly, not as fools, but as wise.
And you look at the word wise, and we found out the word wise goes back to the Latin word videre. And guess what that word means? It means to see, right? Just like you got the word video. The word video comes from the Latin word videre, which means to see. Or the word witness. The word witness derived from the Latin word videre, means to see. What is a witness? A person that can recall, that can testify on an account that they seen. You know? So, or the word advice. The word advice go back to the Latin word videre, means to see. Because you only can give insight on something that you've seen. You know? So, walking wisely meaning to see. And how do we see? Through the scriptures.
Yeah.
That's, matter of fact, somebody get on a prudent man foreseeth the evil. Okay, so read that again.
Yep, this is Ephesians chapter 5, verse 15. It says, see then that you walk circumspectly, not as fools, but as wise, redeeming the time because the days are
22
evil.
and 3 prophets.
Yeah, that's right, man. So it says redeeming the time because the days are
22
evil,
and 3.
right?
Yeah, yeah,
You know, as a previous point the brother was going into, yeah, you gotta watch what you're saying, watch what you're doing. We're not in the same time period back in 2008, 2010, 2015. No, man, you gotta watch. You can't just be out on the camera wilding out, man.
Being up on 100.
Right.
You know, you gotta bring it down a little bit.
Yeah. Oh, but it's true though. All right, bro, it's true, but you gotta have some tact in what you're saying. You know.
You gotta read the room.
Right. You know.
That's right. Read that part about being what?
I'm already, that's right.
Yeah.
It says, see then that you walk circumspectly, not as fools, but as wise.
That's, we said that we're going to the word wise. It's from the Latin, it means to see. You know, and the way we're able to see things from the scriptures. You know, that's what the scriptures say. Thy word has become a light to my feet. So we move around and we become wise through the scriptures. That we're able to see bullshit because we exercising or we practicing what the scriptures say to do. Now you can read Proverbs 22.
Proverbs 22, verse 3. It says, a prudent man perceiveth the evil and hideth himself, but the simple pass on and are punished.
There you go. So a prudent man, which is a wise man, he foreseeth the evil. He's practicing what the scriptures say. He's looking out for prophecy. So he foresee it, meaning he see it beforehand. Destruction is coming. And he hide himself. Where he hide himself, you even go to Psalm, you don't gotta get it, but Psalm 91. You know, the secret place of the Most High, which is the scriptures. The name of the Lord is a strong tower. These are the places we hide ourselves because our protection and our defense coming from Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua. But the simple
It says the
pass on and are punished. Those are the ones that are not wise. Those are the ones that are not in tune with the scriptures. Those are the ones who get destruction.
Yep. So, all right, so let me finish this up real quick. It says, redeeming the time because the days are evil. It says, wherefore be ye not unwise, but understanding what the will of the Lord is. Yeah, that's right, man. So you gotta understand, what's going on, man. All right, there's a time for everything. There's a season for everything. I was trying to bring that out earlier. Ecclesiastes 3. All right, so you don't have to say everything that's on your mind. All right, you gotta rule your spirit. A lot of times, man, you gotta have some shit in the street. You gotta walk away, man. You gotta take the so-called L, man. All right, this ain't the time to be on some being rah-rah, all right, in your videos and in your workplace and however you walk in the streets, all right, we have the advantage over these people, man. And the thing about the scriptures, man, you can't just say it, man. You have to apply it.
I got something for you. There's Proverbs 29 and 11. A fool uttereth all his mind,
Yeah, that's right, man.
but a wise man keepeth it until afterwards.
Yeah, that's right, man. Hey, the scriptures also say, man, even a foolish man is considered wise if he holding his tongue, man. Roughly paraphrasing. All right, so you don't have to say everything that's on your mind. People like to say that. I tell the truth. I say whatever I feel. Nah, man, that's a weakness, and you're gonna get jammed up, man.
There's some place for everything.
That's what you call being irrational.
Right.
You gotta be rational in this world, because if you lean towards your emotions, that's gonna lead to destruction, regardless.
Yep.
Gotta control your spirit. That's real quick, but get that. This is 2 Corinthians 2:11. Lest Satan should get an advantage of us, for we are not ignorant of his devices. And we brought out going into Satan means a slanderer, okay,
The devil.
the devil.
Saying that means adversity. Right. The devil means
Adversary.
Yeah, saying means saying means adversary. Devil means false accuser or slanderer.
So, and that's Esau, man. So our people, you so Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, you're so lost, you don't even know who your enemy is. So when you say, let's say she getting advantage of us, you're thinking of a guy with a pitchfork, and a tail, with a forked tongue, and he got horns, and he gonna be down, and he come up from time to time and try to mess with you, but your real enemy, is staring you dead in your eye, hiding in plain sight, as they say. Right? So that saying should get an advantage of us, for we are not ignorant of his devices. That's also going to the spiritual devil, Satan, and also going into the physical counterpart, Esau, the so-called white man.
That's how I
Going to the point you were saying, like, a woman trying to throw you some Virginia on a Sabbath, you might be in a dry spell for a while, but it be that time on the Sabbath, she want to throw you some Virginia, and you fall weak to that. That means you fall for Satan's devices, or whatever. Saying work through people, and a lot of times Satan attack through people that's in the world. And you gotta be, you gotta keep your spiritual awareness that you're under attack. Like whether it be the police, your woman, whatever. I don't know if you want to argue about nothing. That's Satan.
got example. Like this is one time I was at the plantation, right? And I don't say nothing about the truth or the scriptures. You had this one Jake out of nowhere, bro. He just started talking about Edomites. He started talking about white people. And then one day he said, "Yo, D, you look like one of them dudes that be on the corner, preaching the word." And then the other dude was like, "Yeah, I can see you doing it." And I'm just at my locker. I'm just like, if only they wow.
But the spirit told him. The spirit told him that's what it was. Because the same thing happened to me. It was a woman that worked on my job. She kept saying, like, "You remind me of a black Jew." And I'm like, what? But it's the spirit telling them what it is.
Yep.
They reject against the spirit.
Crazy, man. That's crazy. I got a scripture. This is Hosea 4:6. it says, my people are destroyed for lack of knowledge.
Might be an echo.
Right, so, you know, we going into our people doing, you know, doing stupid things or being irrational, not using wisdom, saying things, saying whatever's on their mind, or, you know, reacting off of thoughts that come, sometimes thoughts that come into your head is being presented to you from demons.
Right.
You know what I mean? But you wouldn't know that unless you was into these scriptures and you had a teacher. But our people, they reject knowledge because why? They despise the word of the Lord, right? They despise the mouthpiece of the Lord because ultimately they hate the Most High. So they despise His word. You know, therefore they destroy it. That's why these niggas is getting gunned down by cops. You know, niggas is coming at cops with knives. They wonder why they getting blasted. You know, these niggas is dissing each other on tracks. You know, dissing each other's deceased loved ones, and then wonder why when you turn the corner, you know, somebody dumping shots at you. You know, you out there being a witch, sorcerer, selling drugs. Then you wonder why you get thrown into jail, and you gotta be in jail, you know, suffering in the pen. Because why? You destroyed for this lack of knowledge, man. You know, Jake don't want to work. Jake don't want to get a 9 to 5. They want to be lazy and wonder why they homeless or they ain't got no money. They can't attract. You know, they ain't getting no. You know, Virginia. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, because you guys rejecting the will of the Lord, the conduct of the Lord, man. The Lord is telling you, man, this is the way of manhood, man.
That's right.
Be a man. Serve the Lord. It says, I will also reject thee, that thou shalt be no priest to me, seeing thou hast forgotten the law of the Most High, of thy power. I will also forget thy children.
Mm-hmm.
So that's it, man.
We had the same scripture. I'm about to bring it up next, but I just read it.
This is Jeremiah chapter 17, verse 9. The heart is deceitful above all things and desperately wicked. Who can know it?
He was going about like being irrational. That's spirit. See, think about demons or the enemy, which are demons. They know your triggers. They know your trauma. They got your memories, and they know how to trigger emotions in you to the point where you become irrational. But that's all spirits. But when you go back to the scriptures, you assess that. You're like, you know what? The scripture says this. This is off, that's wrong, and that's when you correct it. Because the number one enemy in the truth is ourself. And we constantly fighting against ourselves. Because, that's what Paul said. I see another law in my members going against the law of my mind. Because now you got the law of the Most High. Because the law is just something that tells you to do something. So that's the laws of the Most High. The law of the Most High is righteousness. But then in your mind, the flesh telling you to do something else. That's another law. And now the law of the Most High said to do this, but your mind and your flesh saying do something that's in opposition to the laws of the Most High. So that's when the fight comes in, and it brings you into captivity, which is back to sin.
This is what you just quoted.
Oh, okay.
Romans 7:23. It says, but I see another law in my members, warring against the law of my mind.
Right, what's that, 24?
7:23, 24, it goes down 24, yeah.
Go ahead, 22.
Okay. Romans 7:22. For I delight in the law of the Most High.
No, who's speaking this to the Apostle Paul? He said he delight in the law of the Most High. Go ahead.
After the inward man.
Go ahead.
But I see another law of my members, warring against.
A law is something that order you to do something, or that's telling you to do something. And that's why we was given the laws of the Most High for us to do. But then the other law is what the flesh telling you to do. So that's what Paul's talking about. You got the law of the Most High telling you to do something. You got the flesh is telling you to do something that's in opposition to the law of the Most High. That.
But I see another law of my members, warring against the law of my mind, and bringing me into captivity to the law of sin, which is in my members.
Meaning being subject unto sin. That's what he said to captivity, because we became prisoners or subject to sin. But Yahweh Shai has said the truth should set you free, which is the word. So it's the word that sets you free from sin.
O wretched man that I am, who shall deliver me from the body of this death?
That's the flesh. Because the flesh is acceptable to sin, and sin brings forth fruits of death.
That's right.
Okay?
I thank the Most High,
Romans 8.
Yahweh Shah Mashiach, our Lord. So then, with the mind, I myself serve the law of the Most High, or with the flesh, the law of sin.
Right, you serve the law of the Most High in our mind, because in the mind you want to do the right thing, but the flesh is weak. You know, now let's get Romans 8 and start at 1.
Romans chapter 8, verse 1. There is therefore now no condemnation to them which are in Yahweh Shai.
Now, the word condemnation means to be sentenced to punishment. But those are for the ones that believe in Yahweh Shai. Because we go off every day. Get Ecclesiastes 7 and 20. Because none of us is righteous. But through our faith in Yahweh Shai, we receive in mercy, leniency. You know? Because it doesn't mean to do whatever you want, neither. It means that we receive in leniency because we can't keep the law 100%. Got it? Yeah.
Ecclesiastes 7 and 20, for there is not a just man upon earth that doeth good and sitteth not.
Yeah, so we all guilty of sin. So let's go back to Romans 8.
Romans chapter 8, verse 1. There is therefore now no condemnation to them which are in Yahweh Shai.
Yeah, because now when we do go off, we do it sincerely. We do it out of error. We want to do the right thing, whereas the ones in the world, they don't care if they do the right thing or the wrong thing. But we trying. So the Lord is giving us compassion and leniency. Go ahead.
Who walk not after the flesh, but after the Spirit.
Mm-hmm.
For the law of the Spirit of life in Yahweh Shai hath made me free from the law of sin and death.
Go ahead.
For what the law could not do, in that it was
Now,
weak.
what was it that the law could not do? The law could not bring us onto righteousness. You know? And it goes on to tell you why. Okay?
In that it was weak through the flesh.
And that it was weak through the flesh. Because the law was perfect. But the fault was, I go to Hebrews 8, it said fault was found within us. Because the Most High put a perfect law in a vessel that was unperfected. So we couldn't carry out perfection because we weren't perfected. So now, when the law be put within us, the perfect law is going to be put in a perfect body. And that's going to happen when Yahweh Shah comes and deliver us. That's what 1 Corinthians 15 is all about.
Jeremiah 31:31.
That's good too. And Jeremiah, 1 Corinthians 15 chapter, for corruption cannot inherit incorruption. You know? Because we first have to put on these bodies. Because it's going to start with us putting off these bodies, and then we're going to be presented to Yahweh Shai in the wilderness, and that's when he's going to introduce to us the new covenant. But we're going to have to be first changed before the introduction of the new covenant and happen in the wilderness. That?
The Most High sending his own Son in the likeness of sinful flesh, and for sin condemned sin in the flesh, that the righteousness of the law might be fulfilled in us.
So Yahweh Shai, he came perfect, but Yahweh Shai was still tempted.
Got quick precept?
Okay.
Those
So
are it.
Yahweh Shai, he was still tempted, but Yahweh Shai never sinned. Whereas we gonna be perfect, but we never gonna be tempted either, because we're gonna be made fully perfect, and we only be able to receive that because of Yahweh Shai dying on the cross for Israel.
Real quick,
Okay.
Romans 8 and 19. For the earnest expectation of the creature waiteth for the manifestation of the sons of the Most High.
You got it.
Right. So everything in existence, all right, that's in a right mind is waiting for what? The Most High to bring what he said he's gonna do to come to pass. Which is what? Perfection, man. You know, we want thy will to be done as in heaven, so on earth. You know, you got the brothers right here, you got brothers of like mind, you know, Jake waking up to his knowledge, and you got the creatures, you know, the actual living beasts, all right, they all waiting for the Lord to, you know, bring peace on earth, man, establish the government of, you know, the kingdom of heaven, man. You know, and like you said, you know, in which we're gonna have immortality, you know, we're not gonna sin anymore, we're gonna be perfect, all right, that's via the new covenant.
The Most High sending his own Son in the likeness of sinful flesh, and for sin, condemned sin in the flesh.
Because Yahushua, you never sinned. Yahushua was perfect. Right?
That the righteousness of the law might be fulfilled in us, who walk not after the flesh, but after the Spirit.
There we go. No, that's fine.
I have one.
Okay.
This is Sirach chapter 39, verse 1. But he that giveth his mind to the law of the Most High, and is occupied in the meditation thereof, will seek out the wisdom of all the ancient, and be occupied in prophecies.
You got it.
Yeah, let me read it again. Sirach 39:1. But he that giveth his mind to the law of the Most High, and is occupied in the meditation thereof, meaning, you know, you're giving all of your focus into serving the Lord and doing his will, which is teaching, you know, doing lessons, will seek out the wisdom of all the ancient, which is the scriptures, and which is Yahushua, and be occupied in prophecies, meaning you're going to take what's going on right now and link it up with the prophecy that's written in the Bible. You're going to continuously go over it, especially
They're occupied. So that's going to be the main focus is prophecy. Because if any other Israelite group is not focused on prophecy, that means they're not
Set from the Lord.
there you go. They're not focused on the Lord. They're not focused on the scriptures. But it says the one that is focused on the Lord will be occupied in these prophecies. You know?
That's it.
That's it. All right, so we're gonna close with that. In closing, we're gonna say too, you know, we close to the end. Satan is gonna start attacking, you know, as we draw closer to these times, you know, keep aware that we're under a spiritual attack. And these attacks come through all different angles, through people, through elements. Your car might break down, you may be at work, your wife, whatever. But these are all things that's gonna be there to attack you, to try to make you fumble the word of Yahweh and Yahushua and keep you distracted from the path that you're going on. And it's real easy saying it, but it's harder to fight and keep going. So, but the main thing is to stay within these words. That's what scripture say, to hold fast that which you learn. Fast means to hold tight, because what's gonna get us by through these hard times is the scriptures, nothing else. No YouTube videos about motivation is gonna help you. No, nothing else. Nothing in the world will help you but Yahweh Yahushua. So with that, we're gonna close. We're gonna say Kohalayim Yahweh,
Ba'ashem, Yahushua, Ba'ashem, U'Kakodash.
Until next time, Shalom.
Shalom.